once you get a job. Every company, once you get a job, compulsory they will have an RA meeting where the business analyst is neatly going to explain you. He's going to explain you all the terminologies or the functionalities. Everything will explain neatly. Correct? So this is what. And finally, I also showed you the advantages of writing the test document. So these are the 4 topics that we have done yesterday. That was clear for everyone. So 4 topics regarding test documents have finished yesterday. Okay, so that we have seen, done. Now let us continue. And all the 4 points, whatever I've told yesterday was, guys, before writing the test document, what all things we should know. Okay, now assume. They say start writing the test document. See, when I say start writing the test document, whatever we have understood, that we have to write it, correct? And after the application is ready, the whole testing process should be carried according to that document, Now, when I say write a test document, let's assume we decided that I'll give you one scenario. Okay, the scenario means okay, the scenario is I want to commit suicide. We are tired of corona, all this nonsense, we are into depression, and we decided to commit the suicide. Now, as soon as you decided to commit the suicide, what is the first thing you will decide? Just think, I don't want to live anymore, I want to die. What is correct? You will decide how, correct? You give me different means of dying. You tell me. Okay, whether I will take what? Poison. Okay, this is one way. Next, done. Perfect. Take the sleeping tablets and die. Sleeping tablets and we can die. Next, cut with knife. Very good. Now today, very good answers you are giving. Cut with a knife and then also we can die. Correct. Or jump from 4th floor of Q spiders. Jump from, let's assume, 4th floor. Jump from the 4th floor. Good. Or sleep on train line. That is also very easy one. Very good. Sleep on the track. Sleep on the track. Now listen. All these, can I call them that these are the scenarios of dying? Yes or no? These are the all possible scenarios. Okay, these are the all possible scenarios of dying. And so I'm done enough. Hang myself, hang yourself. You will be very good in this subject. Now forget about that. So all these are the different ways of dying. Good. Now, suppose I see whatever you decided. I want to take poison and die. I want to take sleeping tablet or cut with knife. All this is high level or in detail. All this plan, whatever you have done, is it high level or in detail? See, this is high level because now let's assume you decided to die by taking poison. So you give me in detail steps of it, guys. See, these are the scenarios of taking poison and dying, correct? Now I have decided that, okay, let me go with poison only. Can you give me in detail, in detail, give me. I want neatly the step I want. Don't give me high level answer. What is step number 1? Some poison, but you tell me, I was in my room, I decided that, good. Step number 1, someone said, boss, first you go to the shop. Then go to the shop. Next, step number 2, purchase a poison. Done. Purchase a poison. Poison. Next, step number 3, return home. Perfect. Return what home. Next, step number 4, Good. Step number 4 is open the cap. Very good. That means you have a lot of experience in this. Open the cap. After opening the cap, next, drink it. Very, very good. Drink the poison. Poison. After drinking, go to hospital. Oh, remember all relatives. Oh, okay, very good. After drinking the poison, just go and sleep. Aram se. Aram se. And then you are going to die. Now, carefully listen. One more Abhinash says, sir, go to shop, bring biryani, mix poison with biryani and die because I want to die with biryani. Oh, very good. Now observe, guys. Now observe. That means, see, first thing is you have planned the scenarios which are high level. Correct? Means what are the different ways of dying? See, this dying is one functionality. Yes or no? Eating is one functionality, sleeping is one functionality, dancing is one functionality, singing is one functionality. So now this is one functionality. This is one functionality. This functionality, these are the possible scenarios. These are the 5-6 ways of executing this scenario. Now, second thing, when I said you that every scenario, if you want to understand, can I say these are the step-by-step procedure, guys? Go to the shop, then purchase a poison, return home, do this, do this, do this. Is it step-by-step? Yes. Okay. Now, assume, guys, this, whatever we are calling, right? This is in detail. In detail, we call it as a. Let's just an example I'm giving you. We call this as a test cases. No, okay, this we call it as a test cases. So what I am trying to tell you is, what I'm trying to tell you is, see, again in the document, 2 levels of document we have to write, guys. Okay, understand the concept here. I am not saying that go and die today. 2 levels of document we can write. One document we call it as a test scenarios, which is high level. Second document, I call it as a test case, which is in detail. No. What is the use of scenarios? First, you tell me. Take this example only and tell me. What is the use of the scenarios? What is the use of scenarios? Scenario is not functionality. Scenario talks about all the possible ways. Okay, all the possible ways means one functionality can be used in how many different ways. Correct? How many different ways one functionality can be used. Whereas cases talks about in detail, step by step, how to start, how to stop. And see, when I say purchase a poison called as something ABC. Purchase a poison called as ABC. Go to the shop by walking. Let's assume this also. Go to the shop by walking. Okay, go to the shop by walking. Go to the shop by walking. So that means without planning these scenarios, can you directly go for the test cases, guys? Is it possible? Without planning the scenario, can you directly go for the test cases? Hey, Maria.
Sir, ನಮ್ಮ ಪ್ಲೇಸ್ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಮಾತಾಡೋದಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಸರ್.
ಯಾರ್ಯಾರಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಹೇಳಿ?
ಸರ್ ಹೆಸರು ಬಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಸೌಮಿಕ್ ಇದ್ದಾನೆ.
ಓಕೆ
ಸರ್ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಬಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಓಪನ್ ಕೊಟ್ಬಿಡಿ ಸರ್ ಆಕ್ಸೆಸ್ ಅವನಿಗೆ ಟ್ರೈನಿಂಗ್ ಇದೆಯಾ?
ಯಾರು?
ವೆಂಕಟ ಹರೀಶ್.
Okay, guys, 1 minute. We have some 2-3 placed candidates. Venkat Harish. Venkat Harish E.
And access ಕೊಟ್ಬಿಡಿ.
Venkat, you can speak now. Venkat Harish E. You can speak, try. Functionality. Okay. We have to write the documents. Compulsory, we have to write the documents. Why? We have seen that yesterday. Whenever we are writing the documents, always we write in 2 levels. One is high level we write, and second is in detail. high level, we call it as a test scenarios, and in detail, we call it as a test case. See, truly speaking, test case also directly I can write. Yes or observe, directly I can write, right? I go to the shop and bring the poison gigs and all those things. Can I write or not? But if you directly think about this, you may miss some combinations. I will neatly teach you with respect to modules also. Don't worry. That's the reason what rule they have made is whenever a functionality you want to test, neatly write the scenarios first. Neatly write the scenarios. After the scenarios are completed, sir, ನಾನು 1 hour call ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ sir. Class okay. Okay, guys. So I said first we have to write the test scenarios. Every scenario we should take and write an in detail document. This example, have you understood? First of all, this example, have you understood? Yes. Okay. Now, guys, your whole interview, believe me, depends on writing the test scenarios. I'll repeat once again. Entire interview, they will decide whether they should hire you, they should not hire you, only based on scenarios. Because what is regression, what is smoke, what is functional testing, what is integration testing, everyone will answer yes or no. Tell me why everyone will answer. You have percentage, you don't have percentage, you have communication, you don't have communication, everyone will answer all those questions. That bug life cycle, gig life cycle, because it's a definition. Perfect, Sagar. Correct, Deepak. Boss, it's the same notebook answer. When 40 engineering subject we have mugged up, Badanakai, manual testing is not a great thing. Yes or no? 40 engineering subjects we have mugged up and we have cleared the exam. 99% of us. 1% I don't know. Some people, sir, no, sir, I have understood the whole subject. I don't think so. I don't think so. Correct? Like that, guys. In interview, what they're saying, then boss, write me the scenarios on attaching a file. Okay. Write me the scenarios on chat. Write me the scenario on Google. Write me the scenario on Compose. Then they are deciding whether you are a good test engineer or a bad test engineer. Now, I will teach you how to write the scenarios. Carefully listen. So now I want to teach you how to write the scenarios. Okay. The first type of test document that I'm teaching you, we call it as a test scenarios. It is nothing but all the possible ways user can use this feature. Example, you take login. Login is one module, or login is one functionality, or login is one feature. Yes or no? Login, I can call it as a functionality or feature or a module. Oh, baby. So this login, you tell me, will all the user use the login in only one way or multiple ways are there? Generally, when users are using login, will they use in one way or multiple way? Okay, multiple ways. Okay, now. Let me take the requirement of login also. I'll give you the requirement. See this simple requirement. Requirement number 1. There is a feature called as login. In this login, we have something called as username. Username should accept 3 digits. Look, username should accept 3 digits. Next, we have password. Password accepts 4 characters. Next, 2 buttons are there. OK button is there, and this button should be always enabled, and cancel button is there. This cancel button should always be enabled. See, this is how the requirements will be given. Yes or no? That's all. This is simple. Extra what may be there, username should be a text box, password should be a text box, OK should be a button, cancel should be enabled. Now, as soon as this requirement is given, guys, As a test engineer, they will say, please sit and write the test scenarios first. Test scenarios first. And the problem with test scenarios is, I'll tell you, scenario does not have any format. You tell me, what is the meaning of a format? Tarun, urgent Tarun, I'm in class.
No, sir, I'll call later then.
Yeah, I'm in class. Till 10 o'clock, I'll come out.
Okay.
Okay. Observe, guys. So, when I say scenario, write a scenario. Scenario does not have a format, is not there. If format is not there, tell me what is the problem. There is no format or there is no template. See, bug report template is there if you observe, but scenario, there is no format or the template. So what is the problem? Correct. They will write however they want. I will write in one order, you will write in other order, the third person will write in other order. See guys, that's why people are getting rejected in the interview, because they're writing in such a way that that interviewer is not understanding only. So, but I'll teach you some rules, okay? Neatly teach you how to write scenarios also. Everyone concentrate. Now, once this login feature was assigned to me, my manager said, start writing the test document or test scenario for this login. Now listen, I have written some scenarios here. I'll show you. Okay, now listen, see this scenario. My scenario number 1, enter valid data. What is the meaning of a data here? Enter the valid data. Correct, in username and password. Okay, enter the valid data and check if home page is displayed. This is my scenario number 1. That means 100% user will use in this way. User will enter the valid data and they want a home page. My scenario number 2, enter the invalid data, okay, and check that error message is displayed. Is it also one scenario or not? First scenario, user may enter valid data. Second scenario, user may enter the invalid data. Third scenario, sometime we will not enter anything and directly click on that OK button. And when we do that, again error message should be displayed. This is my third scenario. Fourth scenario, observe guys. Enter. Okay, go with. Now see the fourth one. Enter invalid data multiple times. If you enter the invalid data multiple times, the account will be blocked. The account is going to get blocked. And fifth scenario, enter the data and cancel the transaction and check all fields should be refreshed. Now, how many scenarios I have written for login? Correct, 5 scenarios we have written. Now I have very important question. Listen carefully now. In interview, interviewer will never tell you that write 3 scenario or 4 scenario or 5 scenario. He will never ever tell this statement. He will only say write the scenario. Now I wrote 5 scenarios on login, but my first question is, all these 5 scenarios whatever I have written here, you guys, have you encountered these 5 scenarios once in lifetime or not? Means you are using so many applications you are using. All these 5 things have you experienced? Every time, this is 200% you would have experienced. Second scenario also you would have experienced. Third, by mistake I didn't enter. Fourth, sometime when we forgot the password, we'll try and it gets blocked. Fifth one, I entered something, then I cancelled. That means, observe guys, I am not writing nonsense scenarios here. I am writing all the users scenario here. Are you understanding what I'm saying? Which will be really used by user, only such kind of scenario I'm writing. Only such kind of scenario I'm writing. Okay. So now, have you got at least a rough idea now how to write the scenarios on login? Yes? No, I'll continue. Wait, don't write anything. And again, I'm repeating, Even if I teach this topic also, don't think that you can become perfect, because in interview, do you think they will ask the same question? Do you think they will ask the same question? No, boss. Whatever they want, they can ask. Okay. Now, I'll teach you many other example. Before that, now observe. I have written some rules for writing the scenarios case. Okay. I have written some rules. Rules means what you should keep in mind whenever you're writing a scenario. Listen. First rule. Obviously, format or template is not there to write the scenario. That's okay. That's okay. Come to the second one. Every scenario you are writing, TS means it's a test scenario. Remember this point. Every test scenario that we are writing should have one or maximum of 2 lines or sentences. Because see, I've written 5 scenarios. All scenarios have written one line only. Can you tell me why? Why I'm saying that write the scenario within 1 line or a 2 line maximum? Why? It may be in the company also, or it may be in the interview also. Only one line you should write. Why? Correct. Easy to understand. For whom? Easy to understand for whom? For correct. Everyone is saying easy to understand, sir. Easy to understand. For whom? For whom? Forget about testing in relay. Interviewer should understand your scenarios. Guys, if you write paragraphs, first to do this, then do that, then do this, then do that, then do that, I'll tell you, interview will not even read your scenarios. They will never ever read your scenarios, and they'll say, get out, you are rejected. So whenever you're writing scenario, first rule, if you ask me, please make sure that you're writing in maximum 1 line or 2 line. Example, already the 5 scenarios I have written here. Is it clear? Is it clear? Okay. Come to the third one. Always write the scenarios module by module. Means. Suppose he's saying, write the scenarios on Gmail application. See, when you're writing, many fellows, what they will do, I'll tell you. Directly they will write the scenarios on Compose, or directly they'll start with logout. Then they will go for login. Boss, it is wrong. If they say write the scenarios on Gmail, first module, which one you should select? Tell me. Correct. First, you have to select login. Second, okay, after this second, you select a module called as Compose. Compose is second module. Next, I will select what inbox. I am going to select the third module as what inbox. Then after that, fourth module, I'm going to select as a sent item. Okay, let's assume sent item. Then let's assume. Then I'm going to select the fifth one as draft. And then let's assume I am going to select the sixth modules as a logout. Listen carefully. Listen. Now, very important. Guys, one more rule I have not written here. Okay, let me write here only. Always write the test scenario module by module. Okay. No, I've written here. Okay. So when I say module by module, first you should write scenarios on login, then Compose, then inbox, then sent item, then draft, and then logout. Is this 5-6 modules, whatever I have taken, is it in a sequence or not? Is it in a sequence or it's not in a sequence? Correct. This is the way the user is going to use the module. This is the way the user is going to use the module. So obviously, all these modules also I have written in a sequence only. That is very important. If you write randomly, he will not even read your scenarios. Remember that point. So third rule is also clear. Write the test scenario module by module. That is also clear. Next. In interview, whenever they're asking to write the scenarios, guys, they will ask, 200% they will ask. Remember, one application will have roughly how many modules? One application will have how many modules? Play what you're talking, Rakshita. Whatever I've written, don't talk. One application consists of how many modules? 4, 5 you are saying. You are gone mad. What 10, 15? Minimum 100, 200 modules will be there. Take a Gmail only. There are hundreds of modules, but you are using hardly 5 to 10 modules you are using. Take your this Amazon or take Flipkart. They have thousands of modules, but we use hardly some 5 modules, 10 modules. Is my statement clear? Is the statement clear? Yes. Just to remind you guys, yesterday 350 were there. Today 384 are there. These 35 rascal fellows are those people who don't know basic of test document yesterday class and directly they're attending today. So I want you as a proof, because these are the people who say what, that topic is not done, this topic is not done. Done. Come back. Observe. An application have hundreds of modules, boss, but can you sit and write the scenarios on all these hundreds of modules in the interview? In interview. In the company, obviously, we can write on, we have to write. But in interview, they will not give time, because to write scenarios on hundreds of modules, it takes years and years. So what they say, in interview, you write 3 to 4 commonly used scenarios. Okay. Interview, write 3 to 4 commonly used scenarios by selecting maximum 4 to 5 modules, because guys, you have to finish your scenario within 15-20 minutes. That's all. Remember the time given. Okay, time given in interview. Okay, interview is 15 to 20 minutes only. Understanding? Are you understanding the statement? Are you understanding? You cannot sit in front of the interviewer and say 1 hour is required, 2 hours is required. He will say get lost. So what we should do, as soon as you say, write the scenarios on Gmail. Now observe, I have selected login module, I've selected compose module, inbox, sent item, draft, and logout. If you want, I'll remove this draft also. Will the interviewer scold you? Generally I'm saying, I'll remove that also. Will he scold me? No, because he never gave me the modules. See, if he give the modules, problem is solved. Problem is only solved. But generally they will not give. Write scenarios on Gmail, write scenarios on Facebook, write the scenarios on your WhatsApp. Select 4 or 5 most commonly used modules, and every module you write 4 to 5 scenarios, guys. It may be 3 or 4 or 5. Am I clear? Because maximum you have to finish within 15-20 minutes. Fourth rule is clear. Fourth rule is clear. All these rules look very easy, but I'll tell you, when you start writing, you'll understand the pain. Next, every scenario you are writing, guys, look at my 5th rule. Every test scenario should have do and check. Do and check means, observe. Come back to login scenario. Enter valid data. Can I say it's a do something? Okay, do something. And check if home page is displayed. That is nothing but what? Check something. Enter invalid data. Do something. Check error message is displayed or not. Check something. Enter input. Enter the data and cancel transaction. Do something. And check all fields are refreshed. Check something. Enter invalid data multiple times. Do something. And check that account is blocked. Check something. Are you understanding? Every statement I have written, you observe, it has a do, check, do, check, do, check. But in interview, if you tell him, sir, do should be there, sir, check should be there, sir, will he understand? These rules are only for your sake. Remember this. This is not for the interviewer. When you're writing, keep this in mind. So I'm saying every scenario you should include the do action and the check action. Sixth one, obviously scenarios are high level document because, carefully listen, scenarios are high level documents because guys, because see, I'm saying enter valid data. Good. Anywhere am I writing what is that valid data? Anywhere in my scenario, am I writing the inputs? No. Okay, enter invalid data. Same story. What invalid data? I am not writing. Enter invalid data multiple times. What are those data I should enter multiple times? That is also not written. That means, guys, scenarios are high level document because there is no inputs. Is it right? There is no inputs. Yes or no? Plus, navigation steps are there, navigation steps are not there. Understand? I want to eat poison and die. That is not a navigation step. You told me, remember, go to the shop. Okay, then buy a poison called as ABC. Then return from there, open the door, go to your room, lock the door, sit, open the cab, then drink. That is called as the navigation step. So here, no inputs and no navigation steps. So inputs and navigation steps will be mentioned where? Already I told you. Tell me where? Where? Correct. In the test cases. So scenarios are high level document because there are no inputs and there are no navigation steps. Sixth scenario is clear. Sixth scenario is clear. Yes, good. Come to the seventh one. Very, very important one. Seventh scenario, guys. See, when you are writing the scenarios, try to avoid that components. Means, anywhere you observe, generally 99% I should try to avoid. Anywhere, see, enter valid data have written. Anywhere have a written, enter the username, enter the password, click on OK button, click on cancel button, because that username, password, OK, cancel, their components or their objects. Yes or no? Correct? That username, that password, all these are called as components. So if you observe my scenarios, guys, can I say scenarios are module level? I am not using any particular word, username word or password word or OK word, cancel word. I'm not at all using anywhere. So they say try to avoid the components. And last one, the biggest mistake which you do in interview is enter valid data and check if home page is displayed or not. Enter invalid data and check error message is displayed or not, or not, or not, or not. Don't use that or not. Never use that or not, because you tell me home page should be displayed or should not be displayed according to the requirement. Home page should be displayed or not? It should be displayed. Then why are you using an English word called as or not? It is wrong. It is wrong. So never use a word called as or not, because it should be displayed. Guys, this is a login scenario. So listen, if you listen, this is one. I'm teaching you something called as test scenarios. Test scenario. This is the requirement which I have given for login. We have given for login, and once the customer gave me the requirement for login, or my manager gave me requirement for login, what I did, first I understand the requirement, and then I started writing the test scenarios on login. And when I'm writing test scenarios, these are the 8 rules that I should follow to write the test scenarios on the login. And test scenario is also nothing but a test document only. Is it clear till now? Is it clear till now? Okay. Take a fresh page. take a fresh page and write the heading as test document, guys. Take a fresh page, do what I'm saying, okay? Test document. In the bracket, you write it as a test scenarios. We will discuss about that. First you write this. First you write. Take the heading as test documents, test scenarios. Okay. I'll give you the definition first. I'll give you the definition first. Heading you have written? Heading have you written? Heading have you written? First you write the definition. First write the definition. Test scenario. It is a high-level document. Test scenario. It is a high-level document. It is a high-level document that consists of. It is a high-level document that consists of all the possible scenarios. That consists of all the possible scenarios or ways. That consist of all the possible scenarios or ways or combinations. All the possible scenarios or ways or combinations of testing the application. All the possible scenarios or ways or combinations of testing the application. Testing the application. Dana. Second point. And again, I'm repeating, entire interview, they will decide you are good, bad, purely based on scenarios. Remember this point. Remember this point. And they will not ask Gmail. Are you thinking that they'll only ask Gmail? No, no. So don't think that you can mug up this and you can clear the interview. That is impossible. Second point. Second point. Generally, we write scenarios. Generally, we write the scenarios so that we can understand the flow of the application. Generally, we write the scenarios so that we understand the flow of the application. So that we understand the flow of the application. So that we understand the flow of the application. That's all, guys. That is the definition of a test scenario. And first you tell me why it's called as a high level. Already I have covered. They have given it is a high level document, correct? Why it's called as high level? Why? Correct. Only why you are saying inputs. No inputs, no navigation steps. Because it is not in detail. There are no inputs and no navigation steps. Okay, now neatly write whatever is there on the screen. 10 minutes I'll give you. Compulsory 10 minutes is required. So this is a requirement. Okay. This is the scenarios. This is a requirement. These are the scenarios and these are the rules. So in your own language, neatly make a note of it. 9:27 till 9:37, I will wait. Even if you take a photo also, I will wait. Because photos will not work out. Any students, at least 60–70% people who wants to listen to me, you write it using pen. Then only it sits in your mind. Start, guys. Everyone start writing. At least you got a basic idea how to write the scenarios. Yes to no? Good. Right. That is also scenario or not? Once I click on a compose module, all the respective components should also be displayed, correct? That is also a scenario. But guys, if we start writing scenario like that on one module only, we can write 15-20 scenarios. Yes or no? Click on that, the page should be displayed. In the page, all the components should be there. Again, this should be there, that should be there. So on one module, minimum we have to write 15-20 scenarios. Correct? So now if you observe, my rule says maximum write 3 to 4 or 5 scenarios on every module. And how to decide which 3 scenarios write? Very simple, guys. Whatever you are using in real life, right? Write only that scenario. Are you understanding that line? Whatever scenarios you are using in real life, write that scenarios only. Okay, example. Now see the scenarios on the compose. Okay, on compose, the first scenario says, guys, first scenario, compose a mail and send it. Check for confirmation message. You tell me, whenever you are sending a mail, will you really see the message or you will not see the message? General question. Whenever you send a mail to your friend or you send a resume to a company, will you see the message? You will not see the message. Correct? Obviously, we will see. Adarsh, what you are saying, you will never see the message. You will always get a message, right? Yes, mail sent successfully. We always concentrate on that message. That message is very, very important for us. So that is my scenario number 1. My second scenario, compose a mail, send it, and check the mail in the sent item of the sender and inbox of the receiver. Is it also a user scenario or not? Once I send my resume, compulsory I will go to sent item and check really it is sent or not. And everyone would have seen this also. And the same mail should go to the inbox of the receiver also. Yes. So this is also 1111 user scenario. Third scenario, compose a mail, save it, and go and check in the draft. Many times we write a mail, but we don't send it because still we don't know the mail ID. We save it in the draft. Yes or no? So these 3 scenarios have you done in your life? All you people, have you done these 3 scenarios in your life? Checking the mail in sent item, checking the mail in the inbox, or saving the mail. So there are so many scenarios, but I'm writing only these 3 scenarios on a compose. That is my first point. My second point, guys, when I am writing the scenario here, anywhere have I used to, CC, subject, body, send button, cancel button? Anywhere have I used? Observe. I'm only saying compose. That means components should not be mentioned. Is that clear? Because I already told you, components should never be mentioned in the scenarios. That is the meaning of it. So the module level only I have written. Come to the inbox. Open the inbox and check all the received mails are displayed here or not. Obviously, once I click on the inbox, all the mails should be there. That's the first thing which we check. 1 minute, guys. Delivery. Okay, observe, guys. What I was saying now, see, first thing is I want to see whether all the mails are there or not. My second thing, open the mail in the inbox, try to reply, try to forward, and go and check in the sender, sent item, and inbox receiver. Have you done this scenario in life? Have you replied for the mails or have you forwarded the mails many times in life? So that is also user scenario. That is also user scenario. Third one. Third one. Open the mail in the inbox. Open the mail in the inbox. Reply or forward it and check in the draft. Means I try to reply, but I don't want to reply today itself. So after that, what I did again, I saved it. I should be there in the draft. And one more scenario, select some unwanted mail and delete it and check in the trash. So whatever 4 scenarios I have written on inbox, have you encountered these scenarios in life? Have you encountered? Yes. And second beauty is any rule that you should also write the sentence like this only? Open inbox, open mail, select a mail. Any rule is there? You should also write like this only. That depends on your English. That's why they say, guys, communication is required. No other reason. If you don't know English properly, you cannot write your scenarios. That's the only reason they say, boss, without communication, we don't want to hire you. Sent item, almost the same. Open the sent item and check all the sent mails are displayed. Open a mail in the sent item. I want to reply or forward and check in the sent item and the inbox. Open the mail in the sent item. Try to reply or forward, but don't send. Save it. Check in the draft. Select a mail in the sent item. Delete it. Go and check in the trash. Easy. Easy. These are the four scenarios that we can do on sent items also. Coming to trash. Our first scenario, select a mail in trash. Okay, select a mail in trash and restore it. Do you understand the meaning of a restore? Select a mail, you restore. Once you restore, it will come back to the module from where it was deleted. It will come back to the same module from, see, I may delete it from inbox. If you restore, it will come back to inbox. If I delete it from the sent item, again it will come back to the sent item. So once I restore, it should come back to the same module. And if I delete from trash, it should be permanently deleted. Obviously, if I delete it from trash, it should be permanently deleted. These are the only 2 scenarios on trash. Now observe. On compose, I've written 3 scenarios, inbox 4 scenarios, sent item 4 scenario, trash only 2 scenarios, and logout, just click on logout and check login page is displayed. Just click on logout and login page is displayed. Only 1 scenario. That means, guys, any rule that every module 4, 4, 5, 5 scenarios compulsory should write. Any rule is there? So please understand, whatever rules I have given, you follow. But don't think that every module should have 5 scenarios only, 4 scenarios only. Whatever you have used in the real life, write only that scenario. Now at least are you getting 50% idea now? Yes or no? Yes? Good. Right. 5-6 minutes time I'll give you, neatly write. Again, I'm saying don't try to this one, guys, don't try to take a snapshot. It's a very bad process, I'll tell you. And you will only understand what is the problem. It's not a problem for me. Please understand. If you take a screenshot, in future you can never write this one in the interview. Better you write it in the notebook, neatly write. 5 minutes I'll give you, write fast. 5 minutes, write all the scenarios. You open WhatsApp, select 4 or 5 modules. Can you give me most frequently used modules of WhatsApp? Tell me. Give me the modules of WhatsApp. In interview, I'll ask you, write the scenarios on WhatsApp. Give me the modules. Let me see. Chat is one module. Good. Status is one module. Calls is one module. Very good, guys. Okay. So chat, status, and call. Video call or voice call. Now on this, you write some 5 scenarios. Perfect. Write some 5 scenarios on these modules. Like this, guys. You practice on 3-4 application. On Facebook you practice, on WhatsApp you practice, Twitter you practice. Are you understanding? So you take one module, all the examples I've given today. According to this, you start writing. That is the only way to become perfect in the scenarios, guys. So I'll stop it. Tomorrow, 8 o'clock, I'll take a new topic, that is test cases. Today I have told you how to write a scenario. Tomorrow, let's start very, very important test cases, because testing is done according to scenarios or the cases. What did I tell you? If you really want to test, we should always refer what? Correct? Cases are important than our scenarios. So tomorrow I'll neatly teach you how to start writing the test cases. Done? Done, guys. And mock ratings I'll update you tomorrow. Tomorrow I'll update you the mock ratings also. With same ID. Whatever ID you have logged in today, same ID only we are going to log in, guys. So tomorrow sharp 8 o'clock, I'll start the class. Bye, guys. Bye, everyone. Wipe your face.